Hey everybody, this is Pastor Rich. And as we've been learning and doing church as a team, God has shaped each and every one of us with special gifts and abilities that He's designed for us to use in His kingdom. And if you haven't really gone through any sort of assessment, you may not know exactly what those gifts and abilities are. And so what I'm here to share with you today is that we have online via our website a SHAPE survey that's going to walk you through a bunch of questions that you're just going to answer on a scale of 1 to 5. And at the end of that time, you'll have a good idea of what your spiritual gifts are, what your passions are, what abilities that you have that might be able to be used to reach the people around you, your church, and the community at large. And so let's go ahead and learn about that tool together and see how God has shaped each one of us. It all begins here at the ministry website. This is Mililani's website, but this will work at any of our campus websites. And the journey begins here by coming up to Ministries and selecting the very first item on the list, Spiritual Shape. And when you click on that, you're going to be taken to a fairly long survey. So this is something that you're going to want to dedicate a little bit of time to. Maybe give yourself a cold beverage on the side, and then just go through the questions and answer them on a scale of rarely to often. And you can see the scales right over here. And as I scroll through, you're going to see it's a fairly long survey for your spiritual gifts. At the end of that time, what you're going to get is your spiritual gift scores, and you'll be interested to know what the top 3 are in particular. After that is the SHAPE survey. You'll fill out your questions that they have here about your heart, things that you love to do, your abilities, things that you can do, your personality, kind of how God's wired you, and your experiences. And yes, your experiences are valuable to God too. And at the end of this survey, it's very important. I've made it real big here so you can't miss it. It's very important to hit this submit form button. If you don't do that, then once you've left the page, you've lost your information. And that's a significant amount of work. And so you want to be sure that you type in your name, your email address, you hit submit form, and then you're going to be emailed a copy of your results. That way you'll have it, as well as your campus pastors will also be emailed a copy of those results. And then from there, this gives you a really exciting opportunity to find your fit here in the church. And let me show you about how that works. Okay, here we are at the My New Hope homepage. And if you haven't gotten onto My New Hope, then you'll be presented with the opportunity to request access. If you go to our church, then this is something that you have access to. And what you would want to do is once you get here, you want to come all the way down here to the Serve tab and click on that Serve tab, and you'll be taken to the area where we sort of organize ourselves for ministry. And along the top, you want to come over here to Positions. And when you click on the Positions tab, the first thing that you'll see is probably a blank page. You'll want to come all the way over here to the right where it says My Personal Fit. And this is where you're going to be able to enter some of the information that you took on the SHAPE survey. And so you can enter in your spiritual gifts. And not every single one, but probably like the top 3. And then here you'll have the opportunity to make check boxes for the different passions that you have. People that God has put on your heart, or activities or places that God has put on your heart. The next one here is abilities. These are different skills and abilities that you have that God has given to you through whether it's been a hobby or a passion of yours, or some sort of skill that you picked up in the workplace. This is where you can enter in those kinds of abilities. And then lastly, a very small one about your personality style. Do you like people? Do you like tasks? Are you more structured or unstructured? You can select that here. And then once you've done that, you hit save, and then something really cool happens. Now you can search for positions in church that fit your gift mix. And the way you would do that is you would come over here to positions, and you want to filter by My Fit for best match. And when you do that, then you're going to be presented with a list of positions that have already been entered into the system. And if you're a good fit for that position, then it's going to kind of populate near the top. And that gives you the opportunity to kind of see what some of the positions that you might be a good fit for. In this case, Betty Basic, our sample person, is a good volunteer for Church Online. So I'm definitely going to be interested in talking to Betty Basic, as well as she might be a good prayer warrior as well. And so the opportunity exists here to apply for that position. Or if you just want to get more details about that, like if I wanted to find out more about the prayer warrior, I can click Position Details. And here in the description, I can see that this person will be available to pray using the Church Online platform. That's pretty cool. And then you can also email the ministry head for that. So you can email the leader if you just want more information or more details on that. And so that's how we're going to be able to use our spiritual gift assessment to learn more about how God shaped us and get connected in church so that we can serve the kingdom together doing church as a team. Hope you enjoyed that. Aloha.